Today I am working on a project in the bedroom that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I recently reupholstered my headboard here, and I just posted that video a couple weeks ago, and in there I talked about how I want to do a canopy over the bed. So I'll insert some photos here of what I'm thinking of and kind of the inspiration. But my vision for this is to have, like, I'll show you. This is the fabric that I used. It's just a striped fabric, and it's actually a sheet set. So I used the fitted sheet and I cut it out and I stapled that onto the headboard. And then I have the flat sheet left over. So my vision is to have like the same fabric in the headboard and the canopy. And I just really love that look of when a room is like fully covered in the same kind of fabric. So that's sort of the plan. I did purchase these curtain rods, and I will be using this to hang the fabric up against the wall and the ceiling. So I'm gonna get started hanging up the first curtain rod up against the top edge there. So I need to sort of measure, do some stuff, and I'm gonna use wall anchors and everything, make sure it's really secure. So hopefully, this is kind of trial and error for me. I've never done something like this, but I will give tips and tricks as I go along if I'm finding anything helpful or useful, and I'll just sort of show you step by step how I'm doing the project. So, okay, I just pushed the bed all the way over here, and I'm gonna open up the curtain rods now. Okay, it comes with these screws and anchors, but I don't trust any wall anchors that come in any sort of package. I always go to Home Depot and I get much better ones. So I brought those. Where are they? Yeah. Okay, I like the ones that look like this, and they come in a pack from Home Depot, and you can basically screw them into the wall, which the other ones you just sort of like hammer in. And I mean, comparatively, look at that. Like, I'm trusting this guy over to some shitty thing like that. Also, I should mention that these extend. So they are 48 inches to like 80 something, 84. And the bed is only 60 inches. So I'm just gonna put them probably a couple inches longer. I have to think about this. Maybe just right up around to the headboard. I have to measure. I am gonna use the screws because they're black, so that should be fine. Okay, it seems easy enough. So I just did some measurements, and what I think I'm gonna do is use the measurement of the headboard, which for my bed, it's 63 inches. And I just want the fabric to sort of sit like right in line with the end of the headboard. So I just took the curtain rod and used it to sort of get an idea of where that would be. And it comes out to be about 65 inches. So just an inch on each side in terms of where I need to screw in the brackets. Actually, I just put a little piece of tape since this rod extends and it slips around pretty easily. So I just put a little piece of tape. I'll take it off later. This is good. Yeah? Babe?
Do you need help with this?
Can you hold the other side?
No, I can't. Well, now I can, but...
Yeah, it's fine.
Got a pencil right there. You're trying to poke an eye out.
How does it look?
High five. It looks good.
Does it?
No, it's a little shoddy.
What? Oh my god. Okay, I need to vacuum. I just hung up the rod. It looks really good, and I just sort of drape this over to get in the sense. And what I think I'm gonna do is use the top hem as like a rod pocket. So I'm going to carefully take out these stitches along the edge and on both sides. And then I'm gonna use my seam ripper to do that. And then we can fish it through the rod. Okay, I think that's enough on this side. Okay. All right. So then what I think we could do the same thing and then just drape the excess fabric over the back of this. Mm-hmm. And then we don't need to cut anything.
Just have to make sure we secure it somehow behind it. Like we could nail it or something.
I don't even think we need to do
or
that.
Just like staple it to the wall.
I almost feel like the weight of it will just sit on this and then hang down. Because I'm not going to use the full sheet.
Well, it depends on how far you go, yeah.
Yeah. If there's enough weight to hold it in place, and then we can maybe just pin it along the back side of this or something.
Nice.
So I'm going to stop there for today and just clean up because I have all this stuff on the bed. And I'll figure out where I want the next rod to go. So now I'm just going to steam the fabric and then call it a day. Happy Sunday for me because today's Sunday and we are going to continue the Canopy project today. So last thing you saw was me steaming the sheet and now I have to open up the new package and iron it, and then Nate is going to help me today because we're gonna do the rod in the ceiling and I need to sort of figure out where it's gonna land because I haven't quite, like I wanna visualize it and sort of do a little trial and error before we actually screw into the ceiling. So we're gonna get started. Ooh, hopefully I can reach. Oh no, I might not be tall enough. So we're just sort of trying to figure out how far we want this to come out. This is a good feel. Ooh. Yeah, somewhere in there is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull it even further?
I mean, it's drooping further down, so it definitely has room to
I
go.
think that looks nice. Do you want me to hold it so you can tell?
No, I'm fine. I trust you.
I mean, that looks really pretty.
Okay, so where is it? Is it okay like this, you think?
I don't know. Can you tell from this way if it's straight?
Am I throwing it off with where I'm saying?
No, I think it looks good.
It's a little off, but I think it's fine, hopefully.
I think it's good enough. Yeah. Okay, we got the rod hung. Now we are going to drape it over there. So I need you again. I need your tallness.
Presumed as much. Okay, so
I'm gonna hold this front piece of fabric.
Look at this. Wow, draped.
Drape City?
Drape City.
Okay, there's definitely enough space, right?
There's a little commotion. I feel like the back needs to be pinned properly to like hold it in place first.
Okay, hang on. If you let go, is it gonna fall? Or is it holding?
Not immediately.
Is it holding its own?
It's kind of holding, somewhat.
Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to try out opening this up and putting the rod through here, how we did on the one on the back panel. I just want to see how it looks if there's no overhang. This was a little annoying to do last time, so hopefully I can get it right.
Handle it. So mainly the question is, do you like it like that or do you want the overhang? That's the main question.
I think it looks better with the overhang. Problem is I think that this front edge should be straight. The flap that comes down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to be straight if the fabric's too wide. Like it just looks a bit messy.
Yes, this looks messy, you're right. I feel like the best thing to do would be to sew it, but all the way across.
Sew a pocket. But I think it needs to be flat. Either it needs to be extreme, like doubled the width and really bunched up, or just like exact measurements.
Well, you could sew it to be like pleated, basically.
But I don't like this front edge to be pleated. That's got to be flat, regardless, in my opinion. And I think right now.
Right, so you want to like basically cut it, sew a seam on the side, and then sew it along this basically too. It's a double sew. A little sewing that would have to happen. You have to get a sewing machine, I guess.
Okay, it's later in the evening now, and we kind of gave up earlier. And I decided I need to get a sewing machine. And I freaking ordered it today, and it came today. So I have a new burst of energy to try and finish this project. So now I am learning how to sew. And I just figured out the bobbin. And yeah, I'm gonna try and cut it and sew it and get it up tonight. That is my goal. By the way, I ordered the Singer M3 400. It's the next morning, and I figured I would show you how it all turned out since I finished it late last night. So it's looking amazing and finally has like a clean, not messy finished product to it, because before it was just looking a little amateur. So the sewing machine was crucial. I'm glad that I ended up doing it correctly. What I ended up doing was creating a rod pocket here at the end. So I basically like folded that onto itself and then sewed a seam down so I could slip the rod through there. And I also cut this panel so it's just the exact width that it needed to be so that there was no gathering. And then I really liked the mix of this panel being nice and flat and straight with no gathering, and then the back having a lot of gathering. So what I actually did was I added that piece that I cut off. So this is like how much I ended up cutting off, which was quite a bit. And then I just added that onto the back at the top, and you can't even tell. And now it has a really nice full effect on the back. And then of course I added that painting, or it's not a painting, it's just a piece of art. And I used some chain I got that from Home Depot, and I just used some hooks and everything and put that up, and I think that looks really cool. So everything's all done now, and I think it just made the room look complete, more cozy, more elevated, all of the things I was hoping for. Here's a better look back here. All right, that is it. Now all that's left to do is kind of finish off the room. I'm gonna get some sconces, some nightstands, and I may do another fun project. I might do some ribbon around the room. I've seen that and I think it looks really fun. So more updates to come down the road. I plan to post every couple weeks now that I have more of a structure to my schedule with work and everything. So follow along if you're interested in seeing how things come together. And yeah, let me know if you have questions. I'll be happy to answer them as best I can in the comments. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.